Have you ever really stopped to think about your life's energy? You know, what it's actually made of, how you spend it, and maybe most importantly, how you can hold on to it? Well, today we're going to dive into a really ancient model that helps us understand our vital energy, and we're going to do it using a simple but honestly an incredibly powerful metaphor, the candle. Let's see how this thing works. So let's start with a bit of a mystery. We all hear these stories about amazing energy healers, right? People who can do some pretty profound things. And yet, even the best of them get totally wiped out and have to recharge after a session. Why is that? I mean, if they're masters of energy, shouldn't they have an endless supply? That question, well, it's the key to everything we're about to unpack. You see, the reason that question is so tricky is because for most of us, life energy is just this vague idea. It feels kind of abstract, maybe even like a myth. If we don't have a solid model to work with, we're just talking in circles. To really get what's going on inside, we need a framework. So let's start right there with that very practical problem, the healer's energy debt. This isn't just some theory, right? It's a real-world cost that shows just how badly we need to understand our own internal energy systems. And that framework has a name, the three treasures. Now, you might have heard these terms before: Jing, which you can think of as essence, Qi, which is energy, and Shen, which is like your spirit or consciousness. These three, they're the core components we're going to be working with. Okay, so Jing, Qi, Shen. They can sound a little out there. How do we make these ancient ideas practical and, easy to get? It's simple, actually. We're going to imagine our entire life's energy system as one single candle. Seriously, this one metaphor is going to make everything just click into place. All right, just picture it in your mind, a basic candle. It's got three fundamental parts, right? There's the wax, which is the fuel. There's the wick, which draws that fuel up. And then there's the flame, the actual expression of the energy as light and heat. Well, these three parts map perfectly onto the three treasures. So let's break this down piece by piece. We're going to look at the wax, the flame, and the wick, and see exactly how each one connects to a different piece of our own vitality. First up, we have Jing, or essence. In our candle metaphor, Jing is the wax. This is your deep, foundational energy reserve. Think of it like your genetic inheritance, your physical constitution. It's the raw fuel you were born with. It's basically your body's deep cycle battery. So, this begs the question, how much wax do you have? Are you working with a tiny little birthday candle that has a pretty small reserve? Or are you more like a huge survival candle built to burn for days on end? And here's the really cool part. Through training and just living right, you can actually increase the amount and the quality of your wax. You can build a bigger battery. Okay, next up is Shen, or spirit. In our metaphor, Shen is the flame. It's your active consciousness, your awareness, your mind. It's the light that your whole energy system is giving off. So a bright, clear mind, that's a bright, clear flame. And right here, this is where we see exactly how Shen burns through your Jing. A small, steady flame, a quiet, focused mind, it sips the wax, conserving it for the long haul. But a raging flame, like the intense focus needed for healing work or some major psychic effort, that just burns through your wax like crazy. It is expensive for the body. And this gets us right back to our original mystery. This is why those healers need to recharge. They've been burning their flame extra, extra bright. Okay, so let's piece this together. We've got the wax, which is Jing. We've got the flame, which is Shen. So it seems totally obvious that the piece connecting them, the wick, that has to be Qi, right? I mean, it's the only thing left. Well, here's where the metaphor gets really, really insightful and corrects a huge misunderstanding. The answer is not quite. Get this, the wick isn't the energy itself. The wick represents the physical pathways that the energy travels through. It's your body, your meridians, your tissues, your muscles, your bones. It's the whole physical structure that connects your deep reserves, the wax, to your active consciousness, the flame. So the quality of your wick is absolutely crucial. A strong, well-made wick, something you build through physical training, allows for a smooth, efficient flow of energy. But a weak or frayed wick, it just can't handle the flow. It can clog up, burn out, and even lead to injury. Your body is literally the bridge between your potential and its expression. And that brings us to the big aha moment. So what is Qi? It's not a part of the candle at all. Qi is the action. It's the energy in transit. that momentary process of the wax being pulled up the wick to feed the flame. Qi is the flow itself. It's Jing being converted into Shen through your physical body. All right, now that we have this incredibly clear model, let's use it to look at some of the more flashy displays of energy you sometimes hear about. This is where we need to talk about the danger of what we can call sparks. So what about stuff like Fajin, where somebody seems to project energy and zap or move another person? Is that a display of immense power? Well, according to our candle model, not really. Those kinds of feats are just sparks, inefficient bursts of energy just flying off the side of the wick. Think about it. The main job of a flame is to give light, not to shoot off little sparks. And this process shows exactly why chasing after those sparks is such a problem. It all starts with wanting some flashy results. That leads you to force energy through your system in a really inefficient way. And yeah, you might create a spark that looks cool for a second, but the end result is always waste. You are literally just burning up your precious wax, your foundational Jing, for a temporary magic trick. There's a quote from the source material that just sums this up perfectly. When you're trying to create these external effects, you're just shooting your vitality off to the side to make something happen. It's a spectacular waste of your most precious resource. So, all of this leads us to a really fundamental choice. A choice in how we approach our energy and our practice. Do you want your life's energy to be a firework, or do you want it to be a beacon? The firework, well, it's all about the sparks. It's visually impressive for sure, but it burns out in an instant, and it wastes a ton of fuel to do it. The beacon, on the other hand, is focused on one thing, maintaining a steady, consistent flame. It provides lasting light, uses its fuel efficiently, and it's built for longevity. And that, right there, is the ultimate takeaway from this whole model. The true goal of energy cultivation isn't to create flashy sparks to impress people. The real goal is to build a bigger candle, to increase your Jing. It's to cultivate a strong, well-made wick, your physical body. And it's to learn how to regulate your flame, your consciousness, so it burns brightly and steadily for a very, very long time. So, I'm just going to leave you with this final thought to chew on. Take a look at your own life, your work, your habits, your training. Ask yourself honestly, are your efforts building a firework that's just designed to burn out quick and bright? Or are you building a beacon that can provide steady light for the long haul?